How to go multi-site with no money and no people. Have you ever wondered how to expand your church's reach without a massive budget or large team? We often hear stories of churches launching new campuses with thousands of dollars and hundreds of people. And I tell you what, that's incredible. But what if you don't have those kind of resources? Do you think going multi-site is only for mega churches with big budgets and a full staff? Think again. Today, we're diving into how to expand your church's impact with no money and no people, just a clear vision and unshakable faith. It might sound impossible, but stick with me, and I'll share with you a framework that can take your church to the next level without breaking the bank. Let's talk about how to go multi-site with no money and no people and watch God move in extraordinary ways. Over the next several episodes, I'll walk you through a simple, prayerful process for launching a new campus with minimal resources and maximum reliance on God. Now, before we dive in, I'm Kevin Brown, pastor of Cornerstone Church, a multi-site church in Southwest Georgia. And I'm also on the leadership team of Harvest Network International. Now, one of the driving forces behind our mission at Harvest Network is a growing sense of isolation among ministry leaders and pastors, a challenge that isn't easing but only intensifying. Today, more than ever, many pastors lack the personal support and meaningful relationships they need to thrive in their calling. In 2015, 37% of pastors reported receiving monthly spiritual and personal support from a network of peers and mentors. Now, fast forward to today, and that number has dropped to just 19%. This means that a staggering 81% of pastors are missing the regular support essential to healthy leadership. The concern is even greater for the next generation. While 21% of pastors over 45 say they're flourishing in their well-being, only 7% of leaders under 45 feel the same. These numbers reveal a troubling reality. Not only is there a shortage of next-gen leaders ready to step into key roles, but many who are already serving are struggling to thrive. The issue is urgent, and it's why communities like Harvest Network are so critical. Together, we can change the story. Harvest Network is a relational community dedicated to inspiring and nurturing and equipping ministry leaders to fulfill God's will on earth as it is in heaven. And we believe that leadership is a journey that we dare not take alone. So if you're a ministry leader feeling the weight of isolation or simply looking for a supportive community to help you thrive, reach out to us at Harvest Network. Let's walk this journey together and see God's kingdom advance in powerful ways. Okay, let's dive in. How do you go multi-site with no money and no people? Well, God speaks to us in unique ways, and often when we least expect it. Now, near the end of 2014, I was driving home from work when an overwhelming thought hit me. I don't know what's next for Cornerstone Church. Now, it was strange because we had a full agenda of plans and activities and events and initiatives, but something about this moment felt different. I recognized this as God stirring my heart, prompting me to pray and to listen. So I prayed, God, if there's something new you want us to do at Cornerstone Church, then show us. We're ready. If you're leading us to plant a church or start a satellite campus, I'm in, but I have no idea how to do this or where to begin, so you'll have to guide the way. Well, fast forward a few months later, January 20th, 2015, I was in an elders meeting, and though it wasn't on the agenda, I threw out the question, if we ever wanted to think about going multi-site, now would be the right time. What do you guys think? And by then, Robbie and Harriet Pilcher, long-term members of Cornerstone Church, had just returned from Christ for the Nations, and the timing felt significant. That conversation began a catalyst. We began praying as a team and seeking God's direction. Slowly but surely, the puzzle pieces came together, just as only God can orchestrate. And when it comes to going multi-site, success isn't about having unlimited resources or the perfect strategy. It's about discerning God's plan and aligning with it. 3 essential keys will guide you in the process. Number 1, having the right people. Number 2, finding the right place and moving at the right time. These elements form the foundation of a healthy and effective multi-site launch. Let's break down each one and explore how they work together to ensure your new campus thrives. The right people. Going multi-site requires a dedicated team of people with the right gifts, passions, and alignment with your church's vision. The right people aren't just those who are talented. It's those who are called and equipped and committed to the mission. When we first began praying about a second campus, we had no one in place to lead it. There was no team, no clear leaders for this new venture. But through prayer and patience, God faithfully assembled the team we needed. He brought together individuals like Robbie and Harriet Pilcher, whose return from Christ for the Nations perfectly aligned with our timing and vision. Their leadership and heart for ministry became a cornerstone for launching the new campus. We also had Bill and Helena, as well as Chris and Susan, who shared a deep passion for reaching Marion County. Each of them brought significant connections and influence to the community where the campus would be planted. Helena and Susan faithfully covered the team, the community, and the launch in prayer, ensuring a spiritual foundation for everything we did. Chris played a particularly vital role scouting potential locations and leveraging his connections to open doors that would otherwise remain closed. The right people share your church's DNA. They understand the vision. They embody the culture and are willing to serve with humility. A multi-site campus can only thrive when it's led by people who are fully invested in seeing lives transformed and God glorified. God's timing in assembling this team was a powerful reminder that He's the one who builds His church. Through His faithfulness, the right people were placed in the right roles to help bring the vision to life. How about the right place? Finding the right place for a new campus is both strategic and spirit-led. You don't want to pick a location just because it seems convenient or practical. Instead, pray and seek God's guidance for a place where there's a clear need and a divine calling. For us, Marion County was our Macedonian call. Like Paul's vision in Acts 16:9, we sensed God directing us to this community. It became clear that Marion County needed the presence of a life-giving church, and God opened doors to make it happen. Chris's connections were instrumental in identifying a location, and through divine appointments, he met key people who confirmed that Marion County was the right place. Their feedback, one even tearing up and saying she had goosebumps, affirmed that we were stepping into a community where God was already at work. The right place isn't just about geography. It's about alignment with God's mission and the readiness of the community to receive the gospel. How about the right time? Timing is important. Even with the right people in the right place, launching a campus too early or too late can cause unnecessary struggles. You need to discern God's timing and move in step with Him. For Cornerstone Church, in 2015 was the year everything was coming together, and near the end of 2014, I had felt God prompting me to pray for what was next. By January 2015, the pieces began to fall into place. Robbie and Harriet were back, and the elders were open to exploring a multi-site ministry. We didn't rush the process, but allowed time for prayer, preparation, in God's guidance. And the right timing doesn't mean everything's going to go perfect. It just means everything is in God's hand. And when He says go, it's time to go. The right time often comes with confirmation. And in our case, the convergence of people and vision opportunity made it clear that we were moving in the right direction with the right time. Now, as we wrap up today's episode on Going Multi-Site, I hope you've been encouraged and equipped to take the next step in expanding your church's reach. Remember, with the right people, the right place, and the right time, and a lot of prayer, God can do extraordinary things through your ministry. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to like it, share it, and click follow so you don't miss any future episodes. Your support helps us continue to share practical insights and inspire more leaders like you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode as we continue this journey together. Let's keep building God's kingdom.